Hello, this is going to be my second video for my math class. And this one will be focusing on truth tables. Now, truth tables are only used to determine if a compound statement is true or false. And a compound statement is just two simple statements put together. And these are the most reoccurring forms you'll see them in, like P and Q, for example. Well, P and Q will represent two simple statements, and before adding in any other connectives, this is how they'll start off. Even with P, Q, and R, P will be TT and FF, and then Q will be TF, TF. And if it's P, Q, and R, well, it'll get way bigger. One, and then everything will just start to alternate between each other. Like P will start off with 4 truths and 4 false. False. I'm just say 4 F's. I'm just say T's and F's from now on. Q will have 2 T's, 2 F's, 2 T's, and 2 F's, and then R will just alternate between them by 1. And then this one down here, tilde, that's the name of the symbol, and then P just means it's the opposite of that letter. So when you see tilde P, that'll just mean that instead of TF, it'll be FT. So that's that one. Alright, and this one right here is called the biconditional. It's meant to be read as if and only if. So let's say P will mean if I will buy you something from Jack, if and only if you buy me something from Jack today. And it's only true when both P and T are true, or both P and I'm sorry, I meant P and Q. It'll only be true if P and Q are both true or both false. So if I buy you something and you don't buy me anything, it'll be false. And if I buy you something and you don't, it'll be false. Yeah. Alright. So now that we know all the basic forms, we're going to do examples now, which will hopefully be easy. You know, they will be easy, because I will make it easy. So, what example can I think of? Oh, I got one. Hey, let me type it out. I'm going to do P and not Q. Wait. Alright, so for this scenario, we're going to be focusing on P and Q. And the scenario is, I go to the gym all the time, and I go to school. No, for this scenario, it'll be, P will be, I go to the gym sometimes, and Q is, I go to school. In symbolic form, this would be not P and Q. I kind of relate to this scenario. Well, the symbolic form morally. I'm trying to be more consistent with the gym. So the first thing that we would do would be to put tilde P on the table. Doing this trick is so fun and easy. Like, I never have to type ever again. I can really just copy and paste. If I can though. But tilde P will just be the negation of regular P. So everything that P is, TTFF, it'll be the opposite under tilde P. So it's going to be F, F, T, T. Now we can put the entire form on the table. And for this, we're only going to be looking at tilde P and Q. And I'm going to mark them with these beautiful colors, specifically orange for greed. And for whenever we see and, it's only going to be true when both scenarios are true. And when looking at Q and not P, that only comes up once. So this will be F, F, T, F. Dang, so the statement was false. I feel like for the second part, maybe for P, for false, for P maybe false, but Q definitely true. Alright, so here we're going to be doing an example with P and Q. Now the scenario is we can go to the club if and only if I don't have any homework. P and Q will be represented by we can go to the club, but I have a lot of homework, so we unfortunately can't go. We can always play Fortnite though. So the symbolic form would be P biconditional, not Q. Now, the first thing we need to do is put not Q onto the computer. Not the computer, the table. This stuff is messing up a lot, I don't know why. And tilde Q is just everything opposite of Q. So instead of TFTF, it will be FTFT. And now we can put the entire form on the table. Like that. And for this equation, we're only going to be looking at P and not Q. Now, I'm going to use a color to represent that. I don't know if I used blue before, but we're going to use it again if I have. Blue to represent hope. Alright? And whenever doing biconditionals, they're only true when both are true or both are false. So it looks like there's going to be two truths and two false. So F, T, T, F. And that's that. So we can't go to the club because I have a lot of homework. But you know, we can always play Fortnite or GTA or DCUO. Okay, so for this example, we're going to be using this giant table for P, Q, and R, and this giant, but not really giant statement. I'm going to play on the jungle gym and swing set or rope today, or jump rope today. I meant to put at recess, so let's just pretend. Yeah. P will represent I'm going to play on the jungle gym. Q will represent play on the swing set, and R will represent play with the jump rope. And in symbolic form, this will be P and parentheses Q or R. The parentheses you'll know where to put the parentheses when looking at the comma. The parentheses will always be around the statement that is on the right side of the comma. And on the right side is swing set or jump rope, and that's Q or R. Before we put this entire statement on the truth table, we'll have to do Q or R. I was gonna write that out, but instead I can just do this. That is so cool. I never have to do things ever again. The parentheses wouldn't have to be there. I just did that because I copied and pasted it. Now, if you remember, when you see or, it'll only be true when one or both are true. And with this, we're only looking at Q and R. So I'm going to represent that with green for Green Lantern. That. And I'll put it over that because we will be doing something that causes us to go back to these in the future, in the short future. Now we're looking at Q and R. There are a few where one or both are T. So this will be, let me just line this up a little better. T, 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 F, because neither of these are true. T, because both are T. T again, T, and false. Dang, these do not line up. Maybe I can 22. Oh yeah, that works way better. Alright, so that's Q or R. Now we can put the entire, not that. Right. We only use color to show off uniqueness. Those little lines are meant to just show off the bases. Alright. So now we can put this whole statement on the table. And then now for this, we're only going to be looking at P and parentheses Q or R. And that will be represented by purple for compassion. Alright. And then if you remember with the and, which you probably do remember, but T, it's only true when both are true. And you kind of have to look at both across. You just kind of ignore Q and R. Wait, is that right? Yep, this is right. So this will be T, true, false, because one is false. False, and false. So it looks like I'm only going to be doing one of these on the Jungle Gym. I'm sorry, I'm only going to be doing one of these at recess. Hopefully it's a swing set because that was my favorite thing to do at recess. Alright, for our last example, it's going to be another big one, and one that may be a little bit a lot. So this scenario is, if it's hot, then we can go to the beach, if and only if my friend brings his blanket. Now P will represent if it's hot, Q will be we can go to the beach, but R will be he forgot his blanket. So we'll just be sitting in the sand, or playing in the sand. And the symbolic form will be parentheses, P, parentheses, P, E conditional, Q, biconditional, not R. Oh yeah, I made a mistake earlier. I said that the parentheses will be on the right, will always be on the right. That was wrong. It's whatever side the comma is on. So it's on this side, which means if it's hot, then we can go to the beach. That part will be in the parentheses, as we see here. And if it was like a little bit over here, then it would be Q and R. So yeah, my mistake, y'all. So the first part we would put on the table is tilde R. You copy and paste. Alright. And tilde is just everything opposite of R. So this will be, alright, this now FT, 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 etc. FT. Is that the correct amount? Is that the correct amount? Oh yeah, that's right. That's the right amount. Alright. So after that, we're going to do P conditional Q. And P conditional Q, it will only be false if it's T going towards F. So T to F, that's when it's false. Everything else will be true. And for this, we're looking at P and Q. So I'm going to represent that with red for hate. In case you don't know, the colors the emotions I'm representing with these are like the emotions linked with the lanterns, like Green Lantern, Blue Lantern of the DC universe. Alright. So we're looking at P and Q, and the only ones where it's T to F are these two. Straight up, I did not, I landed right on it. So there's only going to be two false scenarios, and everything else will be true. So T, F, T, T. Alright. And then we're going to do the final part of this table. The entire thing. And for this scenario, we're only going to be looking at P, was it conditional? P conditional Q and tilde R. And they'll be represented by, I don't think I've done blue yet, but we're going to do it again. Blue, representative of hope. And for biconditional, it is only true when both scenarios are true or both scenarios are false. So when looking at these, it is false, true, false. Oh wait, no, sorry. False, true, true, false, false, true, false, true. It alternates a lot. True. Yeah. That's an even amount. 4 F's and 4 T's. But that is truth tables. I hope I did that right. I did mess up with the commas. Like I said, it's the parentheses will only be on the side where the comma is. And that was on P and Q as represented here. But yeah, that's all. I hope I did good. Hopefully you can pass your next math exam if anyone sees this other than my math teacher. If I did go wrong, you can definitely go to him because he taught me this and he's a great teacher. And yeah, TTYL.